As he lay on the floor musing about what she might do next, Brian was astonished at how quickly she had adapted to the game. It was as if she, like him, had been waiting all her life to play. He was completely under her control. Brian delighted in the passive acceptance of her loving ministrations. He gazed up at her and saw not his wife, but the ideal mother he had needed, but never had. He realized with a mild shock that he was viewing Kathy from a child's perspective. Kathy was the personification of motherhood. She was awesome. Kathy seemed to grow in stature with every passing moment. The presence of his own personal mother goddess made it seem like the years of pain, worry and toil were rushing away from him. He felt like he was becoming even younger as she grew in maternal splendor. He was 2 again, then 18 months and finally only a year old. Even the furniture appeared to have become bigger. He wished she could pick him up bodily in her arms, cradling his diapered bottom with one hand and cuddling him to her bosom with the other. For the moment, he felt like he really had become her baby. He looked up at her and smiled languidly, thinking that they would have to do this again. Slowly, Brian realized that he had to be at work in 2 hours. It was a shame it had to end, he thought with a frown. "Mommy," he started to suggest that they should think about ending the game, but was stopped by the sound of his voice. The pitch had changed into a small child's and the rich masculine timbre had simply vanished. He even sounded like a baby. He had read of rare instances of voice shifts among transvestites and transsexuals. Was something similar happening to him? Was the experience of playing baby so total that he had convinced his subconscious that he was a baby again? If that was the case, his voice would shift back once they stopped playing the game. It's almost time for me to go to work, Mommy. Can I get up and change clothes when you're finished?" he piped. "No, darling," was her reply as she worked the overlarge shirt over his head and down his arms. "You hired a manager to run the business so you could have more time off, remember? You don't have to worry your little head about the business. She'll take care of everything for you. You'll never have to work again, sweetie," she added happily as she slipped the folded diaper under his bottom and pulled it up between his legs. "Yes, Mommy. I'll stay here and be your baby," he said agreeably. She doesn't want to stop either, he thought. It only takes me 15 minutes to get dressed and it takes another 15 minutes to drive to work. We can play another hour and a half before we have to stop. Besides, she's right. I'm the boss. I can be as late as I want. Marge can take care everything for me until I get there. I'm paying her to be the manager, aren't I?